Goodbye $165,000 tech jobs. Student coders seek work at Chipotle. As companies like Amazon and Microsoft lay off workers and embrace AI coding tools, computer science graduates say they're struggling to land tech jobs. So this is from the New York Times specifically. It's a bit of a puff piece. Sorry, New York Times. You'd probably call it investigative journalism, but I've quickly scanned through it and it seems to be very anecdotal. It's talking about a number of individuals, specifically the young lady in the headline is Manasi Mishra. She recently graduated from Purdue with a degree in computer science, can't get a job, and is working at Chipotle. So there's a whole bunch of individual stories, anecdotes about these people who are not able to find tech jobs right now. The question really is whether or not this is indicative of a larger scale trend in society. I'm not sure if we know that yet. We do not know if it's part or if it's caused by artificial intelligence or if AI just happens to be around at the same time. Miss Mishra says, I just graduated with a computer science degree and the only company that's called me for an interview is Chipotle. Miss Mishra said in a Get Ready With Me TikTok video this summer that has racked up over 150,000 views. So she didn't get any offers. Typically starting salaries more than 100,000 plus 15,000 hiring bonus and stock grants worth 50,000. Brad Smith, a top Microsoft executive, said in 2012 as he was kicked off a company campaign to get more high schools to teach computing. So a lot of people have been told you should learn to code. This is how you are going to be secure in the future. And there's Coal to Code, or I forget what it's called, but it was taking miners in mining towns in America who no longer had job opportunity because the mines were starting to close down. And it was saying, hey, you need to learn to code. This is going to be, I think it was called Coal to Code. It must have been. That's such a good name. Told that they need to start to code and then they're going to be able to have secure jobs in the future. It no longer looks like that is the case. Having the ability to code, having a computer science degree is no longer enough to get you a job, basically. This could be because of AI programming tools. So here we are. But now the spread of AI programming tools, so Cursor, Lovable as a vibe coding tool, which can quickly generate thousands of lines of computer code, combined with layoffs at companies like Amazon, Intel, Meta, and Microsoft. Microsoft cut 9,000 people, a lot of people, is dimming prospects in a field that tech leaders promoted for years as a golden career ticket. The turnabout is derailing the employment dreams of many new computing grads and sending them scrambling for other work. So I think this is the big problem with AI, is that none of us really know where we're going. None of us know what the long-term impact on jobs is going to be. We can make educated guesses, but we don't really know. It's a technology that is different to anything that we've really encountered today. Even if we do end up creating more jobs, even if we do end up creating a society that is booming and demand is on the rise, there's more jobs, there's more need for work, or we have universal basic income, or whatever it is, that's going to take time. That's going to take decades. Humans move very slowly and we tend to only really act when there's a crisis. In the meantime, people like this young woman, Manasi Mishra, for them, us saying, oh, it's going to be great and AI is going to replace jobs and we're going to have an age of abundance, doesn't matter. Because right now, she is not able to get the job that she wants. So we have to remember of the impact it's having on real people. So whether or not you're pro-AI or anti-AI, there's going to be a lot of turmoil in the next few years. And it's going to hit people like this, people who are currently in college, people who are just coming out of college, people who are preparing to go to college. They are going to be the people who are going to get most shook up by this. The people who are now 5 years old, they're going to have enough time. They're going to have a decade plus, 2 decades before they have to enter the workforce and think about their income, think about the jobs. That's going to allow us as a kind of species to work out what we are doing with AI and to put us in a better position. So if you're 5 years old right now watching this, 1, you shouldn't be doing that, get off TikTok. But 2, you're probably going to be okay because we will work out over the next few decades what on earth is going on. If you are older, you also don't need to worry because you will be able to ride this out until retirement and not get hit by this too much. It's the people who are right now wondering and making a very active decision about what they're going to be doing in the next few decades. They're the ones who are going to get hit hardest about this. Ultimately, we don't know. We've got some data here. So among college graduates aged 22 to 27, computer science and computer engineering majors are facing some of the highest unemployment rates. This is US, 6.1% and 7.5% respectively. Woo, according to a report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. That's more than double the unemployment rate amongst recent biology and art history graduates, which is just 3%. See, if I told you 10 years ago that art history would be a better degree to take in terms of job prospects compared to computer science, you'd call me mad. You'd say absolutely not. Emin, good morning. Good to see you again. Good morning, Kyle. What do you reckon will happen to marketers? I think what will happen to marketers is very similar to what's going to happen to a lot of professions. We won't need as many. I think that is probably the big headline. Marketers are in an interesting position where it depends what you're doing. So some of the roles within marketing, let's say putting together ad copy, copywriting, let's say putting together creative for adverts. I'm thinking of these two because they're things I'm doing right now. I'm running some adverts. If this is your sole skill set and you do one very narrow part of marketing, I'd say there's a risk. If instead you run a marketing agency and you do the full broad sweep of marketing activities, so helping to companies basically to sell, to work out what to build as well, then I think you're going to be safer because that's still a task of some complexity. We have had AIs that have tried to run businesses, tried to do marketing, and they've been rubbish. And it so far doesn't mean they'll continue to be rubbish. They will get much better very quickly. But I think in terms of a function, it will still continue to exist. What I would say though, and like a broken record on this, is if you're going to be a marketer, run it as your own business and help other people with it. Just because if you are locked into one particular product that you're marketing that's not even your own, then you're at risk from artificial intelligence in particular. Whereas if you run your own thing, you have control, you have freedom, you're able to pivot basically, because we do not know what AI is going to do to any industry. So we need the flexibility to be able to deal with whatever it throws at us. So in terms of marketing, I think it's very similar to other non-physical industries, so ones that deal mainly with information, that there will be a lot of automation of entry-level jobs. We will not need as many. And then the AI is going to kind of roll up the chain, becoming more and more sophisticated and more able to take on certain tasks. So if you run an agency and you're using AI within that agency, you're going to do very well because there are still lots of businesses out there who don't know how to do this stuff. They don't know how to do it with AI, and you are now able to provide that service to them at a better cost than you were before because of AI automation, and much, much faster. So you can serve a large base of clients, and there's probably going to be a delay in how long it takes for the prices to start coming down, because you can still go to them as a digital marketer, they'll still be paying digital marketer prices, but in the back end, you are suddenly doing the work 10 times faster. So that allows you to build your company much more efficiently than previously. However, there will be a point when the market becomes wise to the fact that AI is being used in the back end and the prices will start to drop. That's when the digital marketers start to talk about the fact that they're using AI. They already are, but they're not necessarily talking about that fact out loud. Everyone's using it. It's just on the hush for the most part, because people still have this idea that it devalues what it is they're delivering, even if the results are the same. I think we need to get over that, but that's going to take time to get over.